Right now we are currently in the Masters Repecharge final with Kalani Robb in the red. We will have Magnum Martínez from Venezuela in the white, Martin Passetti from Argentina in yellow, Maddie Clark from Australia in the blue, as we see up and riding.
Maddie Clark from Australia. Doing a great job in getting into these Repecharge final. Very big maneuvers. Oh, gets a little bit stuck there, and unfortunately that's going to score. That's going to really affect his scoring, as Martin Passetti already opens with a 4.67. Magnum Martínez has an up and down, a 2-point score. And there you see on your screen, Team Brazil, Marcelo Alves is going to be that last finalist that goes in for Team Brazil. So 2 Hawaiians, 1 USA with Rendazzo, Sunny and Love Hodel and Sunny Garcia for Hawaii, and Alves, Marcelo Alves for Brazil. And that is your Grandmasters final of this competition that you will be seeing tomorrow, as we see a couple of sets out the back. A very stoked team for South Africa, and this is defending Masters world champ Magnum Martínez up and riding, trying to get into that inside section. Is this one going to reform for him? It looks like it is. Jody gets really loose, doing a nice little cut back into the apex, gets a couple of maneuvers, nice little tail waft right there. So Magnum Martínez opening up his campaign, and this is on your screen, live action. Kalani Robb opting to kick out of that wave, and the low tide seems to be becoming an issue here. We still got a little bit over 25 minutes remaining on the clock, and as you see on your screen, Kalani opted to kick out of that wave, go out the back, and this is live action. Maddie Clark from Australia.
That's right, Maddie Clark, 38 years old from the Sunshine Coast, getting a little inside of this. This wave is starting to stack up. He gets a nice rebound off the top there, another big hack, and finishes off with one last tap. So I think Maddie just trying to get it, get his campaign started there. As we like to say, people say, feet in their wax, just feel their feet on the board, get the board under their feet, and get their blood going. And just want to welcome Otto Flores to the booth. Thank you, Otto, for coming in. And we had Adam Rapogel in that last heat. Mark Fuel is one of our other broadcast members here. And I'm Jody Nelson, and this is our man in yellow, Martin Passetti from Team Argentina. A lot of his people online supporting him, saying, "Go, Martin, drink more mate."
Well, Soy, she's online. 11-year-old daughter from Martin Passetti. This is his second wave. He's already got a good wave on the board. He's got a 4.67, and he's milking this one all the way into the inside section, getting those scores right off the bat just to not be missing. We saw a couple of wave-starved heats at last Grandmasters heats. Kind of got into a lull there for a minute, and we don't. I think Martin's strategy is to keep himself alive. He was telling me before the interview we had earlier on in the day that he wants to surf this 30-minute heat, like a 15-minute heat, and that way he has 15 minutes extra to capitalize on his score. So we see a lot of people online. I believe Ivan Mendoza says, "Vamos Magneto, you could do it with those waves." And here's a replay of Martin Passetti. Great turn off the top, right on the critical part. Cuts back right into the white water, gets another nice little setup turn right here, goes for another little setup turn, hits the white water vertically, and Martin Passetti gets more out of this wave as he comes into the inside section, gets another little whack, and another turn right there, and he kicks out. Martin Passetti looking to have the best wave of this heat so far, opening up with a 4.67 in that second wave. The judges still waiting a little bit to deliberate, but it seems like Martin Passetti is going to have that high score coming in pretty soon. That wave we just saw on the replay.
Well, this is Magnum Martínez up in white. He caught this one a little to the south of the main peak, but it's lining up nicely on the inside. Is able to get a nice off the top there. Just patiently waiting for this to kind of reform on the inside. Gets another hit. You can see it's a little fatter on the inside, but Magnum, no stranger to those reform sections. He's spent a lot of time in California surfing places like Oceanside and doing lots of contests around that west coast of California. I want to take this quick moment to just thank all of our sponsors that have made the 2013 ISA World Master Surfing Championships possible, including the government of Ecuador, the Ministry of Sport, Ecuador's National Surfing Federation. As we look at this replay of Magnum Martínez, he's able to really capitalize right here. He had a great turn, whammo. And this is where the wave starts to fatten out, but he stays busy, cutting back, waiting for it to kind of reform there on the inside, gets a rebound there. And he'll be happy to get a backup score, as right now he's sitting on a 2 for his first wave, his second wave of 4.0, and that'll be his third score just then. But what I was saying, 20 government public entities have come in to make this event happen as well, including the Ministry of Environment and the Ministry of Health, and our media partners, Surfers Village, Waves, Passion Extrema on Fox Sports Latin America. And if you want to follow ISA on Twitter and Instagram, the hashtag is @ISASurfing. And I'm sure a lot of the athletes here are posting photos on their Instagrams if you look at the hashtag ISA Masters. So lots of great information on the website as well. And we're going to send it down to a quick interview with Adam Rapolo with the winner of that last heat. Take it away, Adam.
Thanks a lot, Jody. Down here with Dean Randazzo from New Jersey, representing Team USA. Hey, Dean, just
of Hodel in that final, along with Marcelo Alves from Brazil. So that's going to be an exciting final tomorrow. And we have 20 minutes and 14 seconds left in this heat. Matt Clark currently is in the lead with a 2.60 and a 5.43 from Australia, but this is our man in red from Hawaii, Kalani Robb, the momentum generation. He's looking for a 3.14 to get into that transfer position as he connects the dots really nicely, gets his tail loose on that wave. He's got a 2.87 and a 2.77 so far. That's his third scoring wave, and he's looking to better those scores.
Well, he floats that one right straight off the bat, gets a setup turn in the middle of this, and does that nice S turn. And this is what he's known for. He throws the tail on that white water, and Kalani Robb getting a nice little combination right there going for him. Magnum Martínez holding on to the second place. He actually moves into the first place position. He's got a 5.03 and a 4.00 as Martín Passetti drops his second score and moves back into the first place position with a 5.93. Magnum Martínez up and riding. Big turn off the top right there. Nice and hollow wave. Working with it. Nice little tail waft right there for Magnum Martínez. 3 maneuvers. That wave really getting hollow and showing those low tide conditions, Jody. And we want to give a big shout out to Pepe Landa, the president of Rip Curl Footwear over there in Europe. He's sending a lot of love, and good luck to Magnum Martínez as we see the replay. Nice little S turn right there. Gets it off the top, throws the tail. Kind of has a little step down the bottom there, and a nice little tail waft right there at the closeout section. So Magnum Martínez wanting to get rid of that 4.00, and I believe that wave could well be on its way to taking that score off the board.
Well, while Magnum was riding that wave, we did see Martin Passeri from Argentina in yellow's second wave drop at a 5.93. He is now in the lead. So in first in yellow, Martin Passeri from Argentina. Second, Martinez. We're still waiting for his fourth score. He is in the second position. In third, Matt Clark from Australia needs a 3.60. He's sitting on a 5.43 and a 2.60. And in the fourth position with that last wave, Kalani Robb just dropped in at a 4.0. He now needs a 5.03 to move into that second position with just 17 minutes and 56 seconds left in this heat. The winners of this heat will join Greg Emsley and Sonny Garcia in the Masters, which is over 35 division. Sonny Garcia surfing 2 divisions, the Grand Masters, which is over 40, and he's surfing down in this Masters division over 35. So doing double duty and making 2 finals, so 2 for 2.
Well, here we see live action. Kalani Robb dropping in, goes straight off the top, loses his footing. Body surfs out of that wave. Unfortunate for the Hawaiian surfer. He's got a 4-point ride and a 2.87. He needs a 5.03. He's sitting in the 4th place position as we see Martín Passetti in the yellow going through right here, trying to get an inside section. Let's see if this wave materializes for Martín Passetti. He's holding on to the lead. He's got a 5.93, a 4.67. And one thing I'd like to point out, Jody, is Matty Clark really being selective, and that's why he's in this Repecharge final. He's coming from behind in a lot of his heats, really getting those high scores on the bigger waves. So we'll have to see if the patient game is working for Matty Clark, who is holding on a 5.43. He's got a good score under his board already. He's got a 2.60 he wants to get rid of, and it seems like Passetti and Martinez with a couple of solid scores still on the board. Magnum with 2 5s, Martin with a high 5 and a mid-range 4, and plenty of time still remaining. 16 minutes and 30 seconds still on the board, and it seems like Magnum Passeri and Martinez, no, just joking, are taking care of it. So Argentina and Venezuela out on top, but anything can happen. There's still a world of time out there. 16 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. As you can see, that Argentinian flag flying high for Passeri. And a lot of messages from Zoe, his daughter. He goes, please put the scores up, guys. I'm stressing over here. And then she thanks everybody for putting the scores up on the internet. So Zoe really looking at the internet very closely. She wants her dad to make that grand final, and it would be a very, very good task for Team Argentina to be in the medal position once again.
Well, I think a lot of the Australians have gone to bed now because it is 1:38 in the morning in Australia, Brisbane time. So I'm sure Maddie Clark's daughters, 4 and 5 months old, are probably sleeping as we see our man in white, Magnum Martínez from Venezuela, getting his 5th wave.
Well, he gets a big snap off the top right there, comes into this section, a big turn right there for the defending world champ. Another big turn for Magnum Martínez, really getting this wave for what it deserves. And Magnum Martínez really happy with the score, probably one of the better scores. You see there, Team Venezuela cheering him on. And I have to say, Jody, he surfed that wave really well, really in the pocket, just came in, arced his turns where they needed to be. And I'm sure the judges are going to award him with a really high score. He needs a 5.11 to get back in the lead. As we see, Maddie Clark now, he needs a 5.11 as well as Magnum Martínez, but not for the lead to get in the second place position. Gets a little bit stuck right there, looking for this inside section. Is it going to flatten out? Is it going to pan out for him? As we see, he's working it all the way through the inside. And we see a couple of surfers out the back. Kalani Robb, nice little under the lip turn right there, looking for an inside section, gets another carvy turn, and his approach is so smooth and so nice. And there's Kalani Robb answering back like he should, gets the outside maneuvers, and he's definitely going to contest Magnum Martínez. As Magnum gets a 5.50, no, he still needs another score to drop. So Martinez and Robb right now getting a very, very quick exchange, probably the best 2 waves to be considered in that exchange. Maddie Clark really didn't capitalize, and it looks like Martinez is going to get a huge score. And this is going to be a battle between Martinez and whoever comes out on top, and I think Kalani Robb's going to get it. Oh, Martin Passeri looking for the barrel, unfortunately not coming out, and this is why these guys are in this repo final, and I can't wait to see. Magnum Martínez, 8.33 for his last ride, moves into first place. He's winning by 3.23. Passeri now falls down into the second place position, but still Kalani Robb on the 4th place with that last wave is probably going to change the situation. Jody, it's getting extreme right now.
It's getting very extreme, and Kalani Robb looked angry on his last wave. And he's very capable of getting a 6.60, which is the score that he needs to move into that advancing position. And up and riding, we see our man in white. This is Magnum Martínez sitting on that 8.33 and a 5.50. So he's starting to feel a little more frisky, a little more comfortable out there. He's got 13 minutes left in this heat. So with that 8.33, we're going to start seeing Martínez put a lot more on the line.
Well, look at this. Shakti and Leia, who are Magnum and Magnum's daughter and wife. She goes, Tio Otto, Uncle Otto, send Papa Magnum Shakti love. I think he's getting some Shakti love. He's getting loose right there. He got a 2.57 for that attempt, but you got to check out what he does. He goes, this is actually his 8.33. He lights this wave up. He's got the Shakti love. He's inspired. Magnum Martínez defending his title right now, feeling the power, feeling the Shakti power, and he's got a lot of support. As we see that last ride for Kalani, big turn off the top, under the lip right there, and he really manages to link this wave. You can do it. So it's awesome to see how we're touching home with all these messages. And
I'm also sure Sonny Garcia is sitting there rubbing his hands together, watching this heat, going, bring it on, Magnum, because they're going to meet in the final. And Magnum beat Sonny last year at the ISA World Masters, and Sonny is a very competitive human, and he wants a rematch against Magnum so that he can take him down. So all of you Magnum Martínez fans at home, you better keep cheering, because I know Sonny is frothing at the mouth right now, rubbing his hands together, wanting that the chance at a rematch, which we will see tomorrow.
Well, definitely, and we're going to see some guys go out at that Grand Kahuna's division. Another duel for the Hawaiians. Ruben Balmores against Mike Latronic. Mike Latronic doing a great job coming out of that heat a little bit ago. 5 minutes remaining in this heat, and it looks like Kalani Robb in second. Looking for that advancing position with a 5.58, Martin Paseri and Matty Clark with a 6-point ride. Both of these guys really capable of getting those scores. They got plenty of time on the clock. One wave could definitely deem them in charge final, and that will be 30 minutes once again. So plenty of time for these guys to catch a couple of waves. The low tide coming in, but not really affecting. We've seen the 9-point rides and the 8-point rides by Magnum Martínez, and that, Kalani Robb's flawless 7.50. And I really haven't seen Kalani, blow up yet. So if Kalani gets on his game, he could be one of those, end winners. And that was a big, solid wave there for Matty Clark. Unfortunately,
you saw that thing with the lower tide just really suck up and bottomed around that after that big drop. But, that kept Kalani off that wave, because that wave was a very good scoring potential wave. And, I feel like 9 minutes ago I was saying there's plenty of time on the clock for Kalani Robb to get a backup score. Then we saw Magnum get that 9.33, and we really haven't seen anything in the last 5-6 minutes of this heat. And it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty here with 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And everybody's out the back sitting relatively close.
When they hear about a 9.33, they got to get really selective. They get out there and they're not going to catch any wave. They know they need a really, really high score to get back into the game, and pretty much that 7.50 is what's deeming the next guy to come around. So they're looking for that set wave with the open face so they can really get loose on it. So they're not going to waste their time catching little waves.
No, but it's surprising to me that Magnum's just keeping himself right in there in the pack with everybody else, as we see up and riding again. Magnum Martínez, our current leader. He's pretty much untouchable right now, and doesn't need to be doing any hassling as we see this wave just slip under Paseri. And unfortunately, Kalani Robb not able to get into that corner. We've got 1 minute and 55 seconds left in this heat, but Matty Clark able to back out the back. But we've got Paseri, who's in third, sitting just to the right of Kalani Robb, who's in red. And we see Team Venezuela. I'm sure they're very happy. But on the inside here, we got Matty Clark picking off what's going past everybody on the backhand as he does a nice little tail waft there, gets a little loose, but it seems to me like Matt is kind of giving up a bit right now. He needs a 6, and he's not going to get a 6 on waves like that and sitting on the inside. So you can see a somber mood right there from Team Australia. They're losing yet another surfer.
Well, this could definitely be some opportunity. The wave doesn't really pan out. Martin only needs a 5.58 ride to take over Kalani. They're all in a combination situation by Magnum Martínez, and Kalani really paddling for a wave right now. 40 seconds remaining on the clock as we see a couple of the guys paddling for the waves, and they're going to be itching their way into this little wave. Kalani Robb up and riding right now, doesn't really need to catch that wave, keeps everybody off, and winding down. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what Matty Clark can do here on the inside. He's looking for a 6.8 ride. He needs to go huge. He needs to do like a big, air or a floater. He's not giving up yet, but Jody, I don't think this is going to be enough.
No, and I've been super nervous for Kalani Robb, just because I think he's a fan favorite too. People wanting to see him, but all these countries it's important for them to advance out of this heat. But that's the end of the heat. Unfortunately, we're going to see Argentina and Australia lose to their man. You see right there, Team Venezuela very ecstatic as Magnum Martínez dominantly controlled that heat. And Kalani Robb got pretty lucky. He had that 7.50, but he didn't really have a backup score. As we see the heat recap, this is Paseri from Argentina. He just wasn't able to get the scores he needed. He had a 5.93 and a 5. He dominated this heat from the start to finish.
Well, he is the current world champion. He wants to get back into that final. He wants that rematch with Sonny Garcia, and with waves like momentum. His wife was willing him the Shakti power, and I think it just showed in that heat how he came about himself, just composed himself again, and really put it on the rail where it needed to be at the right time. Got a 9.33 and an 8-point ride. Magnum Martínez really showing why he is the current world champ in the Masters.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance, and it looks like he is peaking at just about the right time. As we look at the scoreboard, it is the Australians out in front, and medal. Will it be gold again? He's got a very tough road ahead of him. It's going to be the most competitive The Ecuador National Surf Federation have been fantastic supporters, and our media partners, Surfers Village, Surfline, and Surfos Magazine.
He's talking about that S, and that S means his little daughter Shakti. She's 4 months of age. They're in California right now with mom watching the contest. Message board was blowing up while he was in his heat.
Down here battling with Magnum Martínez from Venezuela. Great job. Obviously, you wanted to get into that grand final. Coming through the repechage a little different than last year. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, actually, last year I on the qualifying finals against Kaipo, Sonny, and I think no, it wasn't Armando, but Kaipo, Sonny, I forget the other person. I went into the repechage final, and then I won that one, and then that's how I made it into the grand finals. But hey, it was just really, I knew it was going to be a real tough heat, and not in my ideal tie for me. You know, I don't feel as comfortable on this tie, but I had to come into agreements with the wave, the low tide, and my surfing, and just do the best you can, and just and flow with the ocean.
I noticed you caught your big score on the inside, that little suck-up bowl off the peak. Was that your strategy to sort of sit away from the other competitors and get that inside wave?
Well, yeah, there's like 3 different areas you can sit out there, and I got my preferences, and there's a wave that when I take off on, I know that's the wave I want, and usually when I get that wave, I just can relax and flow and do my surfing, and thank God that's what happened, and I got a couple of those, and I was just very, very grateful to God and all the families and my wife and my mom, dad, and my brothers, and my little daughter Shakti. She's little in size but infinite love, so just super stoked to be able to represent Venezuela and everybody that's been supporting me online and everywhere.
Well, good job. You're obviously a defending champion, so you want to be tackling that again. Good luck in your next heat, or good luck in the final, and good luck for Venezuela.
Thank you so much, Adam, and it's always a pleasure to have you here too. You're a legend, and thanks everybody for watching, and everybody for making this event so beautiful. And Montañita and Ecuador, the waves have been amazing all week, and I'm just I'm just super happy and content. So thanks, very grateful.
I can tell. Jody, Otto, back up to you guys.
Great, thank you. Dominic got an 8.27 on that big right-hand wave, so he is now streaked into the lead. Glenn Valeri, the boy from Catherine Hill Bay in New South Wales, is in second position, now needing a 444.